All right. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you say something actually too? Sorry.
I'm sorry. I got distracted.
Fine. You're good. Say something again.
Say something again.
Yeah. That works.
Say something more.
Nope, that's
Okay.
perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, I like it a lot. I think it'll be a nice new era. And you're excited for the upcoming subathon, right?
Absolutely.
Anything?
Kick.com/Nicro, 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 kick.com/Nicro.
Yes, sir.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. I ask you about like a fucking question, you're just like kick.com.
I don't know. I don't know why I mixed you up with him. Man.
Wait, what did he do though?
I don't know. He gave me a lot of money.
Oh.
But
I don't have much of that. Yo, Fromies, I'm excited to... Oh, what'd you say? Sorry.
I was like, don't worry, I was going to say I won't judge you while I just watch you do your introduction. And then I just said it right when you started, so I just fucked you up now. So.
Shit. No, it's okay. Before we continue on to the rest of the video, are you not subscribed to our YouTube yet? You'll get daily shorts and a video every other week. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, so enjoy the crazy, funny, degenerate content, all the fails of the Froman streams. We also feature our series called Streamers Unplugged, diving into streamers' careers, their journeys, and all of their challenges. Our guests so far have been Nicro, Poofesure, Small M Mom, Esther Barrow 1, and Jacksite. And in the future we have Retro Riona, Dizzy, Amber, and TTV. So hit that subscribe button and get your latest YouTube videos today, and I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. And now back to the video. Exactly.
So yeah, the maintenance of the YouTube and the Wii Sports era was like a little bit higher, but like it's still really fun. It's hard to put that above Odyssey in terms of like my favorite era.
Yeah.
Because yeah, Odyssey I think just serves more of an important role in my like history, I guess.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
in my in the way I like view streaming and like content creation as a whole.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty dope.
It's pretty fucking dope.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking dope, man.
My favorite of yours is definitely like the Wii era, the Amiibo wall.
Right, because
That's
like
how
most
I found you, so
yeah, no, like I'd say 90% of people who know me, if not like more, probably found me through YouTube during the COVID Wii Sports era.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then people kind of like learned about the history like later on, which is kind of funny.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, it's definitely like you ask most people, they would probably say that.
Yeah.
Because it is just like, you know, when you find like a creator for the first time that you really start watching, it's like whatever they're doing at the time, like must have been like special kind of thing, must have been fun, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so no, I know a lot of people are obviously gonna always remember that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. My favorite era, so.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah,
Hell
dog.
yeah.
I think though, you know, obviously you rage a lot on games. I kind of feel that with you. I rage on games as well. One thing I can never really do well is speedrunning. Speedrunning to me is very infuriating. So, I mean, you know, you're doing the plats. You were doing the plats actually, you know, I mean, not recently anymore, but this is made like 2 months ago. So the Wii Sports plats that you're doing, would you ever see yourself doing Wii Sports plats speedruns?
Absolutely not. I can't even get them over the course of 3 years, yet alone in a recordable fashion.
Right.
There's no way. I can't even speedrun freaking getting a bronze medal, man. I'm just not good enough. And it takes so much. A lot of it's repetition with these speedrunners. Once they get the I guess routing done, you know, the techniques and everything down pat, and you do it so many times,
Right.
eventually you're gonna get better at it, and you're gonna get your time down. But
Right.
it also is a lot of skill and a lot of dedication, a lot of repetition.
Yeah.
I don't think I have a big enough brain for it. I'm just too. I'm too short attention span. Even though I'm 29 years old and I'm not part of the iPad babies or TikTok generation, my attention span is still very low. I've always had issues with that. I can't stay focused. Like a few minutes ago, I had to put my video into YouTube to start uploading while you were still like talking to me, and even trying to freaking still stay on focus with you while just trying to click on the file to upload to YouTube. All I had to do is click the file. I couldn't do it. I was scrolling forever trying to find the file. I forgot what I named it. I forgot what it was. And I'm forgetting what we're talking about. It's just bad.
Hey, it's fine. Listen, I'm definitely pretty focused, I would say, but I definitely have the same, you know, kind of mindset as you do, whereas like I definitely branch out a little bit, or branch off, I would say, actually. Not branch out. Branch off for sure, and I get that. And thank God we were not the TikTok babies, because fuck that. Those people have problems. True. I can talk about that all day.
Yeah.
But we won't. Because we gotta talk about you. So because like, you know, okay, so we were talking earlier about, you know, what's kind of like your favorite games to play and, you know, record for and stuff like that. But if you had to choose just one game, just one, whether it's like Wii Sports, whether it's any new game that you played recently, or even Call of Duty, if you just choose one that is going to be the future of your channel, always, every single video is going to be that for years, which one would you choose? And why, actually, as well?
Oh.
I know. Tough questions.
Oh, man. I'm glad this isn't a real thing, a real issue that I'd have to stick to one thing.
Some people do it.
I would pick. They do,
like
but they leave their channel very susceptible to, you know, the volatility of the game becoming stale or irrelevant. You're kind of part of it, but at the same time, yeah, a lot of the speed. Did you say Shift?
Yeah, I did. Yes, I did.
Yeah, he's a speedrunner on Battle for Bikini Bottom, right?
That's all he plays for like 10 years or something like that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, these speedrunners do that because I don't really know him, but I do know Liquid Wi-Fi, who's a speedrunner of Simpsons Hit and Run. He's been at it for, it must be 10 years about as well, and he's still at it and still gets great viewership and everything, and kudos to them. I mean, I know Liquid, I watch him still. It's entertaining, and I'm sure Shift is too if he's still carrying viewership playing the same game for 10 years. I don't think I'm as entertaining as them. I don't think I can, or as good as them. They're not only entertaining, but they're also good at the game. Yeah. I'm neither of those. So there's no way I could ever pick one. But the one I keep on popping into my head is actually Minecraft, of all things, just because it is something I play on my channel. And there's a lot of different ways you can play Minecraft. Whereas if in Wii Sports or Wii Sports Resort would probably be my best choice for Wii games.
Right.
Because there's so many more sports and stuff than Wii Sports.
Right.
But even then, still probably Mario Kart Wii is a better choice than Wii Sports Resort.
Oh, yeah.
Just because they're still competitive online. There's Retro Rewind. There's CTPG. There's CGTPG, whatever it is. There's all these new developments for Mario Kart Wii. So now I picked 3. I'm gonna whittle it down to 1.
Yes.
Now my answer is actually Mario Kart Wii. My answer is now Mario Kart Wii. Okay. Final answer.
Okay. Hey, honestly, solid answer for sure. Because you also have mirror mode, I believe, right? Is that Mario Kart Wii?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. For base game, yeah. Plus, I mean, this like Retro Rewind that recently came out, it has all the courses ever from Mario Kart on any of them. I believe. I'm not too familiar with it. There's just so much to do, even in the modded side of it, and also kind of not even modded. You can still play it online too.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome. There's like another. I saw somebody play Mario Kart Wii the other day, where you have like the item rainfall. Do you ever see those before? Like there's items just rain from like the ceiling and shit, and you just like gotta drive through the items and shit. It's fucking cool, actually.
Really?
Yeah, like banana peels, bombs. Yeah.
I have to check that out because that sounds like a fun video idea.
Yeah.
I needed.
Oh.
Yeah. I need another modded Mario Kart Wii video would be good.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool because also I guess there's like it's a what the fuck is it called? The category at Pace right now as well for the next pace is coming up in a few weeks or next week or something like that. I don't even know, but yeah. So people really look at item rainfall. I don't know what it's called. I think it's like item rain. I don't really know, but people like that category a lot. So it could definitely be a really good music video. I'm tired.
You and me both, man. Dude,
okay. What's up? What'd you say?
What is going on, dude? Are we? How old are we again?
28 and 29.
Should we add 40 years to our life right now? Because I feel like that's, at least for me, that I feel like that's my mental capacity right now. I feel like an old man yammering on about everything. Everything you've asked so far, I can't come to a concise answer. I just yammer, man. No, I'm conscious of it too, and I'm focused.
Okay, so besides sub hour, what would you say your proudest moment in your Twitch career would be?
Man, a moment, like just one moment.
You can name a few if you want.
It's like, it's not even that I have like multiple in my head. It's just like proud, like my proud of like a stream, or proud because like I could be like, oh, I'm proud of like the fact that I said Mario a million times, for example.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
I don't even know if I'm like proud of that. Or it was just like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Right.
Or like also like that's kind of hilarious. Like I'm proud that I can like, I think what I'm proud of that is not because like what I'm doing necessarily. It's like the fact that I had this idea, that it worked, and that it is just kind of funny, and it's something that I always just kind of wanted to try. Like, I think if I were to like, I can't say like there's one moment that I'm like proud, because like there's nothing like Odyssey.
Yeah.
Like it was like the time where it's like it's like all game. Like I'm so like laser focused on like one like thing.
Yeah.
To just be the best at this game. Whereas like that was not really the case with anything else. Whereas like most was like, oh, I'm like uploading YouTube videos. Like I'm just trying to make these like as good as I can for what they are, for whatever the stream was. Let's just make something out of it. Like I'm proud of like how tapped in I was still with like that, and how creative I got with certain streams. Nothing sticks out like one stream in particular or like any other moment.
Yeah.
But what I'm proud of mostly is like, I think if I have an idea, I'll just like kind of like run with it. And like most things I've tried kind of just work. Or
Right.
like I figured out certain things that I don't know. I think I'm proud. How would I word this? You can edit this, obviously.
No, I'm just gonna leave this in.
Yeah,
Just
just leave
staring
me
out.
in. Just let me staring at the fucking ceiling.
No, it's just I'll just upload just that. That's the interview. It's just you, just like.
I'm trying to think, cause like any moment, like if I could just like pull out a moment, right?
Well, it's probably hard because you've been on for so long, so it's kind of hard to like pinpoint some specific moment, because you've just been through so many different things, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of a hard question, I know. Gotta have the brain going,
Yeah, I just hate all my other content. Zero moments.
Just Odyssey, and then everything.
Fuck
else
everything.
just
Everything
sucks.
else is just some pussy shit.
I
Nah.
think your proudest moment would be the randomizer, right?
Oh yeah, I'm so proud of that. I was so proud of when I fucking started laughing at the Deku scrub.
I forgot.
Little shitty snout.
Oh,
Yeah, I feel like I started answering that question and then it kind of just like went off in a random direction. I'm like, wait.
Oh.
But yeah, no, okay. If I were to close out that question, I'd say yeah, there's not really any like particular other moment I'm like super duper proud of. Like if I'm gonna tell like my kids like, oh, like what was a moment in my career, like like an accomplishment, let's say.
Yeah.
Because I get that it doesn't have to be like a big accomplishment necessarily, but like again, it's just like I just cannot not say sub hour.
Yeah. Right.
Because yeah, it's just so incredibly different. Like everything after sub hour was just so much more like of a different mindset to like make happen.
Right, right.
So it's just like, because everything from the Wii Sports era onward, whatever worked just kind of like worked, and I kind of just ran with it.
Yeah.
It wasn't something that I'm like, I don't know.
I get it.
Yeah.
'Cause it's probably hard to like find something else because like, you know, like we said earlier, like that's one title that no one can ever take away from you, you know, like sub hour first sub hour ever, you know?
Right.
So it's probably hard to like look at other things that you've done because it's not like people can replicate it, you know, like someone could do a, you know, a million Marios if they wanted to. But no one can just go back and be like, yeah, now I'm the first sub hour, you know.
It's also like you gotta understand too, as a speedrunner and as somebody who's had like that kind of big accomplishment, like I'm obviously somebody who holds myself to a high standard. I feel like you kind of have to when you are like a speedrunner, or like
Yeah.
that's just kind of like the natural speedrunner mindset is we're all just like these little perfectionists, and like I don't know, we're the ones who would be like, oh, like it's not a big deal kind of thing, even though like we would like really fucking go in.
Mhm.
So like everything else that's not that, because like I've never just gamed out harder and like I said been so laser focused on one thing.
Right.
I'd be like lying to myself if I like saw anything else on that level like at all
Yeah,
that I've
yeah.
done. It's just like nothing really compares to that, again, like that level of focus and dedication. Like everything else just seems like almost so much easier,
Yeah.
where it'd be like I don't know, to be so proud of anything else. It's just like it's hard to compare, right?
Oh yeah, for
That's the
sure.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that was a way better answer.
Okay, cool, yeah.
Like, I just want to keep being me on my videos and not changing to get people to you know, do certain things. You know, I want people to watch it because I enjoy it, and I'm gonna upload it because I enjoy it.
I agree. I fucking love that, and that's why I've always looked up to you, honestly, because you've always been the same. I think I found you like 3 years ago or something like that, 4 years ago, I think, and you've always been the same, and I fucking love that. Like, there's no, like, I gotta change to, like, you know, for newer audiences, I gotta do this differently. Like, obviously people adapt as content creators, but you don't fully shift everything that you do, and I like that, actually.
No. Yeah, I don't, and
That's awesome.
and if it. And I made that a point from the start. Like when my YouTube channel started blowing up in late July 2019, August of 2019 is really when it started taking off.
That's
Wii
when I
Sports
found you.
were the really wow. You're
Somewhere
pretty
around
OG
there.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I Wii Sports were the videos that were blowing up. Wii Sports Resort. But I still wanted to keep throwing in random games. I didn't want to become boxed in, so to say, to a certain game right off the rip, despite the fact that if I just uploaded those things right then and there during that time frame, I could have probably gotten more views and maybe saw more subscriber growth through then. But I still wanted to play some different games in there. So I played different Wii games. I don't know how much of PC I played in there. It might have just been different Wii games at that point, but still, I didn't just die on Wii Sports, and luckily I didn't, because Wii Party ended up becoming one of my biggest series. Tamagotchi Life became one of my biggest series.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
you know, I didn't. Granted, they're pretty related, but I still didn't die on that Wii Sports hill,
right?
Which I saw as important, and which is why it still brings me here to today. I'm still kind of doing the same thing I was then. I can still play Wii Sports as today's video, or I could play Hard Time, or I could play a horror game, or I could play this random Wii game, or I could play, you know, there's still Minecraft. There's still more things that I can do, and I think it's helped me still continue to grow. Granted, growth isn't huge right now, but it's still managed to keep me relevant.
Right, exactly. And that's great. I mean, that's really cool, though. I mean, it's cool that you have the same mentality as, like, even like Nick, right? Because Nick talks to me all the time about content creation and like how to help me grow as a person, as a content creator. And he always tells me, just play what you want to do, because if you play what you want to do, you're more happy with it, and it shows in your videos, your streams. So I'm glad that you have like the kind of same mindset where it's like, I'm gonna play what I want to play. You know, fuck what everybody tells me to do. You know, like if I have like 1 million views on this video, that's great. But it's like, okay, well, I want to play this today. And I like that mindset, actually.
Exactly. And sometimes I'll take extra days off from uploading just because I don't feel like recording today. I don't think I'm going to record anything worthwhile. I don't, I might try to record something and then go, yep, no energy, no, don't want to be here. Fuck this, I'm not doing it.
Yeah. And like that's good that you don't force it as well. I didn't even have that as a question actually, but like that's kind of a good point as well. Like you don't force yourself to just, shit out a video. I hate that shit as well.
Yeah. Like I gotta upload every day, or that kind of shit. I don't want to get into that mentality. There are times where I'm really motivated and I do upload every day for a short period. But then you'll see I stop uploading every day. That's because I just lost my motivation. I was like, well, there's my burst of motivation. Now I don't want to do this. So you get a video every other day or every 2 days or whatever.
And that's awesome. So wait, I want to ask you this actually. This is just random, but do you edit your videos yourself?
Oh yeah, I do. And I was gonna bring up that too.
That's crazy. When I editor.
No, I was editing when we started call. I had a couple more cuts to go on this video.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, is he doing his own cuts?
Yeah. The only thing I don't edit myself is Minecraft, because the VOD, I stream it and record it, and they end up being long.
Yeah.
So I send it to an editor because I know when I'm going to edit it, I'm going to skim too much. I'm going to miss stuff. Whereas if I send it to an editor, they'll make sure everything gets in there.
Right.
But even when I have him edit my Minecraft videos, when he sends me the raw file back, I download it and I put it back in Vegas again. And I watch through the whole thing again and make second cuts. He doesn't do any of the music in the background. If any background music's going to be added, I do it myself. I still want final control of it. I've always liked controlling my own content, keeping my content the way I want it to be. If you look back to my old videos, I used to do more edits, more cuts, more music, more everything. And I don't think it's from laziness that I don't do that anymore. I don't know. I just think if you do it like that all the time, it's going to get lame. It's not going to be funny anymore. It's going to get annoying. It's going to get too repetitive. I've kind of started trending a bit more raw lately, less cuts, more kind of dead space time, because I think that's just the general trend actually on YouTube is a little bit more longer videos, leave a little bit more in there. I that seems to be what YouTube likes a little bit more. A lot of people watch my videos falling asleep. They watch the videos while they're doing this or that. Yeah. So I think it's actually beneficial to have a video that's a little bit more stretched out and includes more of, not that there's not anything happen, but it might just be straight gameplay. I'm not even saying anything. The focus is just on the gameplay then.
Right. And oh fuck, I was gonna say something to that. I don't remember what it was. Oh my god. Shit.
Yeah, I saw you like you wanted to say something, and then I kept yammering.
Now I know. Yeah, see, low attention span as well. No, now I know. I think the reason why people want the more raw and longer content is because podcasts are becoming so popular. So I think that is making people's attention spans come back to like reality, I guess. Getting it longer. I think. I don't really know. I mean, there's so many podcasts nowadays. There's so many. And I think that's probably why YouTube favors longer videos, because it's like, oh, it might be a podcast, more ad revenue and blah, blah, blah. So maybe that's why.
The Talk Tua?
The what? You say the Talk Tua?
Yeah, I did.
What the fuck is that?
Isn't that Tua Girl's podcast?
Oh, God, she has a podcast?
Yeah, someone brought it up to me, and I keep on seeing clips from it. I don't know how she's managed to make her 5 seconds of fame last so long, but she has.
Dude, she's a millionaire.
Yeah, she's probably wealthier than, both of us.
Oh my god, I hope not. I mean, she's probably wealthier than me for sure, but I mean, hope she's not wealthier than you. Christ.
I don't know. From what I hear about what she's making, it's insane.
That's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, so like clocking in, clocking out, like you never want to feel that way when you stream, right? But in reality, this is your job. Yeah. So how do you find the motivation to still keep going with it? Some days it's probably hard, right?
Yeah, it's like that's actually the hardest thing, because you're streaming's supposed to be just fun. Like if you like you're an entertainer. Like if you're I don't know, it's not supposed to be like so serious.
Yeah.
Unless I am like I'm playing this game. This is my life for the net. Like you just have to accept whatever it is. Like some people just accept I'm playing this game for like next 5 years of my life.
Yeah.
And they're just like fuck it, and that's just what they do. And they have no problem showing up, and to them that's their piece. That's easy. But I feel like at least like every year or so, like I'm like, let's try something new. Let's try something new. Like it's never the same thing.
Yeah.
I always want to try new things, which it's like a blessing and a curse because it's like if you did just stick with one thing, maybe it'd be easier. But like I just kind of always just been like, all right, that happened. I don't really know if I feel like doing it again. I don't really know if that's gonna like always work.
Yeah.
So it's like a mixture of trying to adapt to the new meta or whatever I need to do, but also keep it fun. So that's the biggest challenge by far that I've faced as a streamer or content creator is like the fun, but like stay consistent balance.
Yeah.
And that's something that, yeah, no, I absolutely still struggle with.
Yeah.
And that's why like nowadays I stream like just a lot less because it's like as long as I'm not like if I'm not waking up and like I'm pumped to play a game or pumped to like do an idea, there's no use in forcing it.
Right.
You know, sure it'd be like, oh, like I'd make more money if I was consistent or like this and that, but like it kind of like amounts to like nothing at the end of the day if I'm not like really proud of it type thing. Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather spend my time off stream, which, you know, almost to a fault, like can be like way too long.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm more of like a seasonal kind of like streamer. That's just kind of like what I've turned into.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's so far from traditional job, and like once you're your own boss, like and you make your own hours and stuff like that, like it's kind of easy to like fall into that where it's like, oh, like I haven't been streaming for a while, so like screw it, it's like not like that important.
Right.
But like it will take the hit to your stream. It's just, and it kind of puts that pressure on where it's like, oh well, when I come back I gotta do a bigger thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So there's that. Certainly, like it doesn't help not being consistent because then you feel like when you do stream, it has to be better. I think that's something I've also struggled with. But like I'm slowly like getting better at dealing with that. It's like whatever. I'm gonna just if it's fun, then I'll come on. Like I feel like, you know, if it's your job and you kind of like let that happen too much, like it's like how long am I just gonna sit around and like not want to stream?
Right.
Because
Right.
I hate forcing things. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna do things I don't want to do.
Right. Right.
So I always have this like weird self-trust that like every few months I'll get this like light bulb that goes off and I'll be like, let's do that, or at least let's try this. And here I am still, right? Like that's kind of how I've been doing it. Like these last 2 to 3 years in particular have been very like wishy-washy, very experimental, very kind of like I don't know exactly like where I'm going, but like I'm still doing it.
Right.
And I'm gonna try new things every now and then. I still like gaming, not super passionate at the very moment about one thing in particular, which is why it's like you'll just see me kind of pop in every like now and then.
Yeah.
I'm always switching it up. I mean, you know, you see the garage, like this is new. I've probably switched up the room and like it's always like fiddling with all the other stuff and like not streaming.
Yeah. Right. Right.
But like I don't know, that's just kind of like fun to me. Like I always just like trying to even if it's like not gonna stick, even if it's not gonna work, it's like as long as I like try it.
Yeah.
And I think that's just kind of the era that I'm in. I'm just
Yeah.
doing stuff, and hopefully I find another thing where it's like, ooh yeah, let's like that was dope, let's do it again, and then you just do that thing until kind of fizzles out.
So you're saying another randomizer?
Oh, yeah, no way. But yeah, you just kind of do that until it fizzles out.
Yeah.
And that's streaming. I mean, again, some people, like I said, they just are like, I'm gonna just play this for the next 5-10 years. I'm gonna just do this thing for the next 5-10 years. And like, they're like, you know, no questions asked, like just show up, do the thing. It's like, I just can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't do it. It's really just I yeah, it's that blind like faith in myself that like I I'm like chronically online. I'm always watching like stuff. I'm always getting ideas. Like despite me not streaming, like barely, or I barely stream, but like I'm every single day I think about streaming and I think about content because it's like I care about it. It's my job. I obviously like kind of have to do it.
Right.
But like there is fun. That's the fun for me. So just because I'm not live, it's not like the whole like sphere of streaming isn't fun.
Yeah.
It's like figuring out the next thing and trying to like catch that vision and like clear the fog and like, you know, go and just try something new. Like that's more fun to me, I think, than anything. So like I'm okay with like kind of taking a back seat for a while, even if it means the numbers take a hit, even if it means like everything else kind of like, you know, because like to someone else, it's like, why aren't you just streaming that? Remember that thing that you did and it was like amazing and like just keep making videos. Why'd you stop? It's like what a fucking idiot, right?
Right,
Like
right.
why would this guy do that?
Yeah, yeah.
But like, because to them it's like as long as it gets views and it's making money, like how can you like not feel amazing and happy? It's but there's always like it just never ends if you're in
Yeah.
that mindset, I think.
Right.
So yeah, I'm more interested in just like putting out content that I like and is fun. So if I'm gonna stream, it's only if that's the case and not because I'm clocking into like a job.
Yeah.
That was kind of a long answer, but I feel like I answered like 3 different questions there.
No, that's fine. Yeah, so since it's like your job, you know, that's your job, right? So say, you know, you never hit sub hours, say you never really grew on Twitch, what would you like see yourself doing right now at 25?
I would have kept going.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like I knew no matter what, like around that like 2017 era, I was like, I can only handle like I knew I hated school and I feel like I couldn't handle working my like annoying job.
Yeah.
So I was like, because I still lived at my parents until 2020 when I was able to like buy this house,
Right.
which was amazing. Like so grateful for it. But like I would have like my parents were like cool enough to like let me try stuff. I mean, I did have to kind of like prove it to them.
Yeah.
Like who knows, maybe if it didn't work after a year, maybe they'd be like, all right, like you know, time to get another job or I don't know, like cut the shit, go back to school, like
Yeah.
oh like the pipe dream, it's not happening kind of thing.
Right, right.
Cuz like they didn't even like really believe it right away cuz like, you know, they just don't know. They don't understand like that you can make money and like have like online communities like care about you or whatever.
Yeah, it's a whole new thing, you know.
Right, and it
Foreign
still
to them.
is. But yeah, like if it never happened, like the whole sub hour, like if it didn't take off when it did, things would have been a lot more difficult. Like I said, that opportunity of Odyssey, like I had to take. I felt like I had to take it. Like I treated it that way. That if I didn't take it, it'd be like the biggest fuck up.
Right.
So like, I think because I had that like such hunger to like get out of the job, don't have to go back to school, make this thing work. Time is now. Like a Mario game like this only comes out every like 6-7 years, and I feel, you know, like I'm still young. I'm just kind of like a couple of years after high school. Like still people don't like know what they're doing. Not a lot of people figure it out, but it's like if I can get this now, like this will really set me off on the right path. So
Right.
it was just the opportunity, and I think I don't know, and not everybody can relate because like not everybody like gets hit with the best opportunities, but like when you're hit with an opportunity that just makes sense, you'll just drop everything to like go for it.
Right.
And like your mental clarity is like so like laser focused. That's why like that's the only way I made it happen. So to me it was like do or die, which is like why it happened.
Right, right.
If it wasn't like that and it was like, oh, let's just see how it goes, it was like, no, motherfucker, I'm going to be the best at this game. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like I don't care how like long it takes. That was the mentality. And it took some time, but of course, like it worked way quicker than it didn't. And yeah, lucky as shit for that. But but the question, yeah, if it didn't work out, where would I see myself now? Fuck, maybe, you know, I'd rather not be a 25-year-old still living at my mom's house, but that's probably what would have happened.
Right, right.
And man, it just would have been so hard to, I guess, be the age I am and still be like, but mom, just give me more time, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, 5 years later.
I never wanted that to happen. And I think if the Odyssey thing didn't work, I would have just found like the next thing and being like, okay, I'm making this work. I'm making this work. It just so happened that like the first thing I set my mind to like worked.
Right.
Which yeah, like that's kind of it's like a blessing and a curse because I got what I wanted. But then it's like if you get it on your first try, it kind of raises that expectation.
Right.
And like it's like, oh shit, like you gotta set a new bar or whatever. But like, yeah. I would still just be gunning for it. I think I'd probably be at my mom's. So maybe I would just like have just taken another shitty job, got my own apartment, just streamed on the side because like I just value like my creativity and like my interests over anything, and I'm gonna try my best to make that my job.
Yeah.
And if it's not, I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't be as happy.
Right.
So yeah, for my own sanity, it's too important for me to have like not been in that position. So that's it. That's the only way you're gonna get it. It's how badly do you want it?
Do you think COVID helped you, like, your channel at all? Like, people
Probably.
just being inside all day and, you know.
Yeah, I think so a bit. I was blowing up before COVID.
Right, because you said
and
2019.
actually-
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually my best month ever, I believe, for viewership was January of 2020, which was
right
still
before
before COVID. Yeah.
Mhm.
Which is a terrible month to have your best month on YouTube because ad rev is really low in January. But nonetheless, I don't know. My viewership, I don't know how much it's changed since 2020. As again, I've looked in the past, but I never remember. I'm not much of an analytic rememberer or watcher of, analytics. I'll look at my analytics maybe a couple times a month when I have to go onto YouTube Studio to do something with my videos. Otherwise, I wouldn't look. I don't know what I'm making this month. I really don't know where my channel revenue is at right now because I don't want it to stress me out. I just don't want to be stressed. I just want to enjoy what I have and enjoy playing games. Well, enjoy. At least just be myself playing games.
Yeah, right.
The last question of like before the viewer question would be like, what would you want your followers and like anybody on Twitch to like know about you? Like, what would you like people to know about you? Like anything extra?
What I like them to know about me is,
Because like it's
like
kind
something they don't know about me that I want them to know.
Sure, yeah. Because like it, you are public, but I've always seen you as almost like a private person still too. That makes sense.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're people. We have our lives outside of the stream.
Right.
We're not like I still try to. I try to keep it real. I try to like not be like this completely different person on stream. Obviously, when you're live, like you do kind of like put on like it's a show. Like you're trying to like provide that entertainment, that value.
Oh yeah.
You want to make sure that like you're, you show up as your like best self or whatever. But like having alone time, I mean, again, clearly like I love it because like, I mean, if it isn't obvious, yeah, like I take a lot of time to myself. I'm not live. I mean, people don't really know what I'm doing. They just think, oh, like what could he possibly be doing? Like, why isn't he streaming?
Yeah.
But like I kind of answered earlier, it's like if I'm just not like super like engaged with what it is I'm doing, if there's no like I could make more money if I'm just streaming all the time, but like that's not, it's worth my peace of mind and like worth it more to like be behind the scenes working on some creative stuff, or just spending alone time. Like I love being alone. Like if there's anything I guess like people would be curious of, it's like what do you do when you're not streaming? And it really is just like I just spend a lot of time with myself. I'm always thinking. I'm always kind of like I like writing. I like making music. I'm always thinking of ideas. That's the thing. It's like I don't just not stream to just like sit around. Like I'm always thinking what's the next thing.
Yeah.
So if I want people to like know something about me, it would be that like I'm always trying. even if I'm not because like streaming is like trying to some people, like, oh, you're not doing anything unless you're streaming.
Yeah.
Because like they don't fucking see any of that.
Right.
But like it's something that I do deeply care about. Like it doesn't look like it, like despite like barely being there.
Yeah.
It's something that I want to work. I want to make it happen, but it's just like it is not something you force, and because it's something I've done before and I've learned that it's just like it's not healthy.
Right.
So I try to operate from that, and again, I just have that blind faith that as long as I'm always thinking about it, as long as I'm taking the time I need, figuring out my brain, figuring out what clicks, and just like adapting and stuff like that, like just really becoming the best person I can be off stream, and understanding myself and my needs, and like understanding like how I operate will make me a better streamer.
Yeah.
So if that means like I gotta take a lot of time off stream, like I don't care, like I'm gonna do it. And I think the viewers will see that and appreciate that when the time comes, when I do come on and I'm doing something that I love. Like
Right.
it'll show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I think so. Yeah, because people usually just think, we just hop on and, we just randomly thought of an idea. But I feel like if you like are a true content creator, you do what you're doing. You're thinking about what you're about to do, not just like throwing out garbage all the time, So I think it's very important to take time away for sure.
Right.
Especially
Also,
the alone time. Yeah.
yeah, no, also like I could do the whole like, oh, like maybe more random reactions streams, or like just come on and just like, yeah, do the first thing that I think of, or like, all right guys, like what are we doing today? Like that's just not the kind of streamer I've been.
Yeah.
That works well for some people. Some people are so spontaneous, like so all over the place. They're like, oh, what's this? Like video, oh, like react, or like what are you guys saying? And like blah, 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 blah. It's like maybe there's times I'm like in that mood, but it's like it's so rare.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's more structured, or like I have to like, it's just also perfectionism and stuff like that too. Like if I'm gonna put out content, I have to be like super proud of it. Whereas like the chances of me being proud of something, of just going live that day, it's just like that's when it feels like that whole clock in, clock out thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just try to avoid that. If there's ever a time where I'm just like, whoa, that was fun, and I just come on and we're just like so random and it's like spontaneous, like I have that side of me, but it's just not something I've like put on like full display. And like maybe that's like something that I could do in the future, is just be more like whatever the fuck and like just have some fun, or like go down some weird rabbit hole like that.
Yeah.
But if that happens, it happens. I'm not gonna like force that.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
What's the most expensive thing that you broke?
TV probably.
How big was it?
What else have I broke? It was a pretty big TV. I have some big ones sitting in my hallway. I think I have like 2 broken TVs in the hallway here still.
That's
Plus, I
wild.
think I have another 2 at my other house that are broken.
Jesus.
The Wii remotes I break are pretty expensive at this point.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, I finally got it back from Nick's. Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
It was at Nick's house for like 3 months. I forgot to grab it from him. Got the Poofesure
Really?
Wii remote. Yeah, the beef mode.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go. I would have worn my Poofesure sweatshirt, but I don't know. I don't know where it is. It's fucking gone.
You have
somewhere.
one of the Beef Boss face ones, or?
Yep. Like one of the first.
Yeah.
I think it was the first one that you put out. It was signed too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the OG. I sold. That was the most I've ever sold in merch was that one. That thing sold so much.
Really?
I couldn't believe it. But a lot of people still want them, and I had them for a limited time, and that's it.
So that means I could sell it on eBay for more money.
Maybe, I don't know.
Just fucking sell.
I
it
don't
for
know
like
if you
$5
can
grand.
find any on there.
Probably
Yeah.
not. No.
No. I still get a lot of people asking for more beef remotes, and I just don't have any more.
Do you genuinely enjoy streaming still, or do you feel obligated to do so?
Yeah, it's kind of like similar to what I just said.
Yeah.
Definitely an obligation to, because once it's your job, and like, because then you start to see other people, like you become such like a part of other people's lives, it gets like all parasocial or whatever. Like you become such a part of their routine.
Yeah.
To where like you start to feel guilty maybe because like, oh, they're paying for this, or like they're like in the Discord waiting for me or expecting me. So it's cool. Like that's awesome on one hand, but at the same time, it's just like, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna just look out for me, and I'm gonna do it when I want to, and like I appreciate the people who like care and want to see me and support me, and even though like the ones who like still sub even when I'm not there, like you guys are the goats, like that shit like really helps, and it's cool to know that those people are there for you, but like yeah, not being live, there's always that like it always kind of is like weighing over your head like a little dark cloud. It's like go live, you gotta go live, they're waiting, or
Yeah,
like go live,
yeah.
it's time, like this is your job, like it's serious. It's like, but yeah, as time has went on, I've just learned to like lessen that weight and like lessen the seriousness of like I gotta show up, and just think of it more for me. Like instead of streaming because they want me to show up, I'm streaming because like I want to stream, which paradoxically will make for the better stream or whatever, or it'll make for the more authentic, good content, and they will appreciate it more than me just being like, hey guys, I'm here because like I feel like I have to.
Yeah.
Never feel like you have to. You'll put out the best content when you want to, and the audience will best respond to that versus like doing it for them. You never want to be in that position, because I have been, and it's not fun.
Yeah, like when you used to have that schedule Monday through Friday.
Yeah, it's like the schedules are great if you're like doing what you love to do, but like, as soon as you're like fall out of like loving what the content is, and then you're just left with this schedule, and that's just what you've been doing, it does, because then you start to like miss one day, you start to miss another day, and then you slowly like jump out of the schedule and like try to be like sneaky with it. You're like, oh, like I'm just gonna I still have the schedule, guys, and they expect you, but it's like you start showing up a little less and little less. It's like you gotta just know, okay, like you feel it coming, like I'm not enjoying this. Stop trying to like fizzle out and keep it alive. It's like just be honest and just be like, yeah, like I did the thing, like I'm gonna be back though like soon, like, and like fuck the schedule.
Nicro soon.
Yeah, fuck the schedule.
Soon.
Let me just stream whenever I want, and just trust me, it'll be better. Just trust me, bro.
Yeah.
Soon.
Soon.
You know what I mean? Just like that's the thing. You get into the routine again, and then you want it to last, but like stop forcing that shit. It's like wanting it to last is just kind of like gonna make you show up, and you're just like more like nervous and like on edge about shit.
Oh
It's like,
yeah, I agree.
screw it. Just be like, okay, we had the schedule and now we don't. So we'll be back soon when I care and I want to do it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because like you know, I'm definitely a very structured person, but when it comes to streaming, like I don't like having a schedule.
Mhm.
I used to have a schedule when I first started, but yeah, it just felt very like fucking forced, you know.
Right.
I think it's awful doing schedules. I mean, obviously some people can do schedules, you know, it works for them, but
Yeah, it's good to have. Like if you like what you're doing, it will help you. Like having a schedule, at least showing up at the same time every day.
Yeah.
Or a general time where people can expect you.
Right.
It's not like you got to like be like perfectly on time and like, you know, like and if you want to treat it like that, go for it. But yeah, no, like also something I like tell myself too is like, oh, we're all just a bunch of like random like internet trolls anyway. We all just sit on our computers. So like whenever I go live, you'll know.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
You'll just be sitting there. It's like, oh, like gotta like suit and tie, get ready for the Nicro stream. It's like you'll just be chilling. Like I'll just show up and it'll be fun. Like it's kind of spontaneous. I mean, you know, some of the biggest streamers like they just show up and like the audience expects them to show up, but maybe it's not the same time. Maybe it's just kind of like whenever.
Right.
So that yeah, because you just want to be natural. Like having a time can make you feel like you're like, I don't know, getting ready for work, putting on your tie, like kind of thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Don't like that. I don't want to have to like flick the switch or like try to like put myself in that mode.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, if it works, it will help. Like a schedule is never a bad thing.
Right.
Never a bad thing. But make sure like you fucking love showing up and doing whatever it is at any point in the day.
Right.
Because it could catch you off guard.
Oh yeah, for sure. I agree, man. I definitely agree with that.
But I feel like that's so like like if you're a creator of like any size, like someone's gonna come in there and be like, yo, like feet pics or like fucking ask some sexual shit or like, I don't know, try to be your friend in some way. Like, because a strange DM that's like anybody can say anything. It's like how serious are you gonna take it?
Right.
Like I've gotten so many like weird messages, but it's like it's probably just someone trying to be funny or trolling.
Yeah.
But like nothing that really sticks out. Like I was like really uncomfortable or like what the fuck did I just get myself into kind of thing. Like I don't think I've ever said that. And everything is like, okay, like I get it, or like that's just like comes with the territory kind of thing.
Right.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That is really interesting though. Like the calling. I never would think to do that because I remember like when I was like a fan of yours and not a friend yet. Like I remember like I messaged you like a few times on Snap and I'd be like, oh my god, he answered, but I couldn't imagine like you answering and me pressing the fucking phone button. Like,
Yeah,
to
just
me, that's so
instantly.
wild.
It's like Nicro added you. Call.
Yeah, heavily breathing into the phone.
Yeah.
I just couldn't picture myself.
Like,
ever
yeah, do they
doing
think that I'm gonna just like? I mean, most people try. Like, there's nothing wrong with trying. It's like, oh, like what would happen if he picked up? Like, like I feel like everyone's like maybe thought it. Ooh, like, well, I have him on Snap. Like, why not try?
Yeah.
Fucking everyone who's like watching this is just gonna fucking start like bombarding my shit. It's just,
Probably
like,
will, yeah.
fucking calling me. I'm just gonna make so many friends after this video. I can't wait to meet you all. It's gonna be amazing. I'm just gonna stay here all day, like reading Snap messages.
Oh god.
Nah.
And all his socials will be linked in the description, by the way. So I'll link them all.
Oh shit. Yeah, you better not.
I'll put
Fuck, what have I done?
First.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, start with that.
I'll just leave. It'll just be the Snap. I won't even put your Twitch in there. Just your Snapchat.
Yeah, call me. Make sure to put the little like this emo next to it.
Yeah, yeah.
The little telephone.
They call me maybe with that too. Yeah.
Right.
God.
But yeah, yeah, pretty tame shit. Nothing's really surprising to me.
Yeah.
And
it does go back to like how you're not judgmental though, like because some people would like see some of the things we said and they like fucking freak out about it,
Dude, like people are so fucking like you like go off on these like tangents, is like, dude, like get the fuck. I mean, in my head, I'm just like, get the fuck out. Like it's one of those things, but like I would never say that.
Right.
But like I'm not so annoyed. I'm not so hurt by anything like that. Like again, it's easy for me to put myself in other people's shoes, and just be like, it is what it is. Like, but nah.
Yeah.
That's it.
I love that though. Yeah. I think, a really big part of like living is meeting new people and putting yourself in their shoes because everybody's different, right? And I think it's really nice to, that's why I like Twitch. That's why I think Twitch is really cool because, doesn't matter if like you're black or, gay or anything like that. Like we're all gamers. We all like the same thing. And it's kind of cool to like hop on, go in someone's chat, like meet new friends from different backgrounds, like learn how the other half lives sometimes,
Just more perspective. Broaden the perspective is everything, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that's what life's all about is like learning about how other people live. Because I think that if you just kind of live in your own bubble and never really experience how other people live, you're just going to live how you think life is supposed to be, right? Whereas like when you meet new people, you might get like a new idea, a new hobby, this, that, and the third, and like it's something that you never knew you needed, but you actually did. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, getting other people's perspective is like everything. Because once you like, the more you get, I think, the more you realize how similar everybody is, but also how different everybody is. Which when you like zoom back in on yourself, it's just like, oh, like it takes the weight off, I think, of a lot of like things like, oh, like, yeah, like we relate to this, or like a lot of people kind of think the same way, or everyone's kind of like worried about the same things. Everyone's got a bit anxiety. Everyone's like, what are they thinking? Or like, is this okay? Is this that? But it's like, yeah, I think everyone probably thinks that, especially like streamers, because like I feel like a lot of the big reason we're even like on Twitch in the first place is because it was like that community to just go and like, be yourself, kind of thing, or like this is where like, the fucking loser shit, or like whether it's like gaming or like, you're not taken seriously in like high school for being like a gamer or whatever the fuck. So it's like, yeah, a lot of those guys just kind of go there because it's just like, this is just vibes, this is fun, and like we're all here probably again for like more or less the same reason.
Right.
So being in that environment too, like you know, there's I mean there's always like judgmental people, there's always like shitters, but like I think the more you're like in it and the more you like understand other people, like instead of being like mad at people who are like talking shit, you more so just like feel bad for them kind of thing.
right.
Like that's the more like enlightened kind of like thing. Because it's like, you know, everyone on Twitch, like I said, it's like you're just behind a keyboard, nothing's too serious. Just trying your best.
Yeah.
People talk their shit, and it's just like, again, getting more perspective. And I mean, that's just growing up. I don't know. You eventually just like stop caring about that shit as much.
Yeah, and it's harder on Twitch too because like, you know, you just said like hiding behind the keyboard. On Twitch, you know, you do have profile pictures, but you don't have to put yourself as a profile picture. So like no one will know what you look like, your real name. So it's easier for trolls to happen on Twitch and shit like that. So
Right, and the chances of like clicking on someone's name and like digging through their shit, it's like not, unless you're like going crazy, like you're just a username with a color
yeah,
in
right.
chat. That's all you'll like ever be to like most streams.
Right.
So like it's you know, and there's also obviously a lot of awesome people in chats and a lot of like, you know, you can be very memorable and like make an impact with just your name and a color, but like same, but the people who are like doing it for like the wrong reasons, it's like they are at the end of the day just a name and a color.
Right, exactly.
And until you're like face to face, until like they actually have to like put themselves out there, it's like, well, that's just somebody who's like afraid to put themselves out there. That's just somebody who like is just taking out whatever's like bullshit's going on in their head on you.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like it's something that's important to like realize, even if it's still like, you know, like again, that's the cliche thing, but it's like it is just true. And as long as like you just keep doing you and you know you're just like trying your best, it's like none of that shit really matters. It's just it's hard to like let that land sometimes.
Oh, yeah,
for a lot
for
of people,
sure.
and that's just something you gotta like remind yourself of a lot, or just kind of like you just get over with time and experience, and again, just growing up. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I agree.